can't all be big ones. For every one time an insurance company wants you to find stolen property, 3 worried parents want news of a son or a daughter who stopped writing. Back home, those letters mean a lot. But when they stop altogether, the folks are hurt and then worried. They don't want to go to the police, so they come to guys like me. They've read how many girls come to New York every year and disappear. They're sure it won't happen to theirs, but sometimes it does. Her last address was in the upper 60s. It was a reasonable neighborhood, not too expensive, not too run down. But Susan Hackett didn't live here anymore. They had no forwarding address because she'd left, owing 2 months' rent. They'd like to know where she was now, too. The only other lead I had was that she had enrolled in a school of drama. It had the high-sounding name of Carlson Institute of Dramatic Art. They might have a later address. The Institute certainly didn't look like any cradle of Hollywood stars. It looked more like a meeting of the beat generation suffering for art's sake. It's hard to believe, but groups like this have produced some of our best actors, as well as some of our worst.
Can I help you?
What? Oh, yeah. Are you Mr. Carlson?
No, I'm his assistant. That's Mr. Carlson sitting on the stage.
Oh, thanks, sir.
You must remember this all-important basic fact. No matter what you are doing on the stage, if you yourself believe it, the audience will also believe it. And if you think deeply enough about any subject, your body will automatically respond to that thought. No, Lillian, not that.
Excuse me, man, could I talk to you?
Don't interrupt me. I'm in the middle of a class.
Just a moment. It's a personal matter.
Oh. All right, students, take 5 and don't act until I return. Now, what is it you want?
Well, my name is Mike Hammer.
Have you registered?
Registered? Oh, no, I'm a detective.
A detective?
That's right.
Very poor casting. I'm a very busy man. What is it you want?
Oh, I'd like some information about one of your students, Susan Hackett.
Susan?
Yeah.
Hackett?
Yeah.
Never heard of her.
Well, perhaps you know her.
Oh, this isn't Susan Hackett. This is Suzette Montcalm.
Well, I know her as Susan Hackett. I want to talk to her.
I consider that highly improbable.
Why do you say that?
Suzette is dead. She was killed weeks ago in a hit-and-run accident.
The reason the folks hadn't been notified was now evident. Everyone knew her as Suzette Montcalm. Susan Hackett had ceased to exist the minute she stepped off the train at Grand Central. Ceased to exist everywhere, that is, except in the hearts of her folks. Now all that was left to do was to check the records and find the disposition of the body. Sometimes it's that easy. Only this time, it wasn't. Official police records gave me more information about Suzette Montcalm. She'd shared an apartment on East 61st Street with a Shelley Lewis, who'd claimed the body for burial. An inventory of Suzette's personal belongings listed a fairly valuable dinner ring, a gold watch, and $100 in cash.
Yes?
Shelley Lewis?
Yes?
Well, my name's Mike Hammer. I'm representing the Suzette Montcalm family.
I didn't know Suzette had any family. Won't you come in?
Thanks.
Oh, would you excuse all this? I was just under the sun lamp.
Oh, sure.
Won't you sit down?
Yeah.
You know, I think you are making a mistake. I'm quite sure Suzette didn't have any family.
No mistake. Her real name was Susan Hackett. See, her folks got worried about her, and they asked me to check on her here in New York.
You know, of course, that Suzette is dead.
Yeah, I found out about it today.
Susan Hackett? Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I always knew her as Suzette. At least that's the name she used at the Institute.
Oh, do you go to school there, too?
Uh-huh. That's where we met and came to double up here.
Oh, I see. Well, I just thought that you might like her parents' home address. You might want to send her things on to.
Oh, yes. Wait, I'll get a pencil.
All right. Very pretty. The lighter, I mean.
Suzette's. I guess it was a gift from an admirer.
Oh, did you have very many? Admirers?
Well, I really don't know. I'm a cigarette girl at Debbie's Cave, so I work nights. That's how come all this. So much of me is exposed on the job.
Yeah, I guess so. Pencil?
Oh.
Paper?
Oh.
I could have wrapped it up right there and walked away from it, the case, that is. But something was nagging at me. This apartment wasn't the kind you pay for with blue stamps, and yet Suzette had left a cheaper one, owing a couple of months' rent. A few months later, she was wearing jewelry and carrying $100 in cash. Then there was the coincidence of that mugging on the same block the same night, with a victim named Carl Rodney and a cigarette lighter initialed CR in her apartment. It started my nose twitching. A telephone call provided the information that Carl Rodney had an office at 385 Park Avenue. It was still early. I hadn't given Suzette Moncombe's parents a full day's work yet, so I decided to drop by and satisfy my curiosity. It was just a shot in the dark, but a mugger would have to be crazy to strike on a block where there'd been a fatal accident. There were always lab men gathering physical evidence at the scene. That is, unless they had jumped Rodney before the accident. Rodney's attitude made me even more suspicious. He was hiding something. It showed in everything he said. He didn't want to answer my questions. He wanted less to antagonize me.
Look, Mr. Hammer, I appreciate your interest in this matter, but I'd prefer to drop the subject. After all, my losses were negligible.
Yeah, well, my client's wasn't. She lost her life.
I don't understand you.
Well, surely you must know that a girl was killed in that same block that you were mugged in on that same night.
Yes, I read about it in the papers. It was an accident, a hit-and-run killing. As far as I'm concerned, that's all there was to it.
Well, then I'll be frank. What I want to know is, were you out with that girl that night?
I'm a married man. I never saw her.
Well, perhaps this will refresh your memory. Her name was Suzette Moncombe?
No.
No? Well, that was taken a while ago. Here's a more recent picture. Her last one, as a matter of fact, taken in the morgue.
Take it away. What do you want from me?
I want to know, were you out with Suzette Moncombe?
Look, this is my office. You have no right to come in here and question me.
The police have.
The police have already questioned me. They're quite satisfied.
They won't be, not when they hear my story.
Look, why are you doing this? Nothing can bring Suzette back. But if this should get out, you just don't know my wife.
You were out with Suzette that night?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? I think you were set up for that job.
What do you mean?
You walked that night in that neighborhood despite the fact that it was after midnight. Now, was that your idea?
No. Suzette suggested it. She said she wanted some fresh air.
Fresh air. She walked you right into a setup. If it hadn't have been for the accident that killed her, it never would have created any attention. And you would never report it to the police, that mugging, would you?
No. I can't believe it. She seemed like such a nice kid.
Oh, very nice and very enterprising. Why, in a few months, she went from not being able to pay her rent to wandering around with a bankroll in her pocket. Very enterprising. By the way, where did you meet that girl?
A little place in the village called Debbie's Cave. The cigarette girl introduced us.
Now, that cigarette girl's name wouldn't happen to be Shelley Lewis, would it?
Yes, how did you know?
I read tea leaves. Well, that's the way it is in this business. One question leads to another. Shelley Lewis had forgotten to mention to me that she had introduced Suzette to Carl Rodney. I was curious about that lapse of memory.
Now we come to the use of the hands. Remember, use them only when you have to. Never let them fluff around like you
Oh,
do.
Mike, what are you doing down here?
Well, I wanted to see you.
Oh, well, that's very flattering, but I've got to...
How about Suzette?
Oh, Mike, I don't want to talk about Suzette.
Miss Lewis, if you please. One does not entertain here. After all... Oh, it's the detective person.
Yeah.
I thought we'd answered all your questions.
Well, there are a few more.
Yes, well, would you mind taking your friend into my office?
Yes.
I hate to have any distraction during class.
I'm sorry.
All right, students, we take up where I left off.
I didn't say anything.
Listen, Mike, I have to make this brief. I have to get back to class.
All right, it'll be very brief. You forgot to tell me that you introduced Carl Rodney to Suzette.
Carl Rodney, well, what's he got to do
He
with
was
it?
beaten up and robbed the same night that Suzette was killed.
So?
So I think that she was with him. I think she set him up.
I don't believe it.
I'm telling you. Now, did you introduce him?
Yeah?
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Well, why should I? Mike, Suzette is dead. Well, now, why should I tell you that she was broke and that I introduced her to a couple of guys so that she could at least get a meal, maybe a job? Why do her folks have to know that?
Now, what makes you think I'd tell her folks that?
Well, that's what you're being paid for, isn't it, to dig dirt?
Oh, no, wait a minute.
And now you're trying to tell me that she was implicated in a robbery. Well, I just don't believe
Well,
it.
I'm afraid it's true, honey. She walked him down that street, and then when those mugs jumped him in the alley, she ran out of the alley without screaming. She just ran.
Well, isn't that natural?
To run, yeah, but not to yell, no. Not unless she knew the muggers.
Oh, Mike, I've got to convince you that you're wrong.
Shelley's dance class is starting.
Okay. Mike, I can't talk now. Besides, I don't want to discuss Suzette's affairs here.
Well, where and when?
Well, can I call you later at your office when I'm free to talk? And, Mike, you're wrong about Suzette.
Shelley, we're waiting.
Yeah, you'll have to prove that to me, honey.
It was evening when I got back to the office. The note that Vaughn slipped me at the Institute said he wanted to tell me something about Suzette tomorrow at 5. I was just about to get another reason for sticking around, a much more personal reason.
There's nothing in either file. Let's get out of here. Stay tight, sucker.
When I woke up, I had the granddaddy of all headaches. For two reasons. One was a sore spot on my gut. The other was because I missed the ticker tape parade. Only this one wasn't in honor of a champ. It was in honor of a chump. The next morning, I was in no hurry to get to the office. But a mess like that is like anything else. It won't go away just because you close your eyes and pretend it isn't there. Sooner or later, you have to open your eyes. Oh, it was tempting. But the arson squad would never understand.
Hi, Mike. Shelley. We were going to have a little talk, remember?
Oh, yeah, baby, but that was yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. I got hung up and didn't get free until just now.
Oh, well, I'd love to meet you right now, but, well, I'm right up to my armpits in paperwork.
Oh?
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I got an appointment down at the Institute at 5. How about meeting you there and bringing you home?
The Institute again, huh? Listen, you're spending so much time there, Carlson's going to be sending you a bill.
Oh, this doesn't have to do with acting lessons, honey. This has got to do more with, singing.
Oh? Okay, I'll look for you then.
Bye.
I was a little late in getting away from the office, but I figured they'd be busy with their play acting and I'd never be missed. I was right. They never even noticed me when I walked in. They were too busy getting set to entertain each other. You see, that's a payoff for the boring hours of rehearsal. It's like eating the cake after a cooking class. And you stand just as good a chance of getting indigestion.
Hi. Glad you could make it.
Yeah, well,
Carlson's ready.
All right, take your seats, everybody. Now, students, the first situation is that of the trusted employee who is caught rifling his employer's office. That is a simple, uncomplicated premise, but one that has a maximum potential of conflict and violence. All right, Mr. Ryan, you will improvise the part of the thief, and Mr. Vaughan will essay the part of the employer. Mr. Vaughan, will you set the lights, please?
these guys are going at it like it was for real.
Oh, without realism, you have nothing, Mike. That's the essence of method.
What's the method? Isn't this carrying realism a little far?
It was an accident, a horrible accident.
Who loaded that gun?
Nobody touched the props except Vaughn. Nobody.
Nobody, huh?
Vaughn had something to tell me, but that hole in his chest made it highly unlikely that he ever would. There was only one thing I could do for him now, notify homicide. But that wasn't going to change a thing for Vaughn. There's nothing more permanent than death. The gun belonged to Carlson. He had a license for it. The last time he had seen it, it was in his office. He had no idea how it got mixed in with the props. The kid who did the improvisation with Vaughn was on the verge of breaking up. He had no connection with the dead man, kept protesting it was an accident. Well, there's not much doubt that it was. But it couldn't be coincidence that the accident happened so soon after Vaughn decided to talk to me. Someone in this room was determined he wouldn't talk to me.
Mike, I'm so glad you're here. I'm shaking like a leaf. Never seen a man killed before.
Well, no matter how many times you do, honey, you never get used to it.
Listen, do we have to stay here? This place is giving me the creeps.
No, I don't think so. I think probably they're finished with you by now, huh? Yeah.
Would you take me home?
Oh, sure, come on.
You know, I keep hearing the shot and seeing Vaughn fall. I just can't get it out of my mind.
Yeah, these accidents are getting contagious. First Suzette, now Vaughn.
Why, is there a connection?
No. Not if they were accidents.
Well, of course they were accidents. Suzette was hit by a car. The driver admits it.
Now, what about Vaughn? Did he load that prop pistol with bullets?
Oh, Mike, it had to be an accident. The boy that fired that shot hardly knew Vaughn.
He just pulled the trigger. The one who's responsible is the guy who switched those guns.
Well, now, why would anybody do that? Of course it was an accident. Mike, it was an accident, wasn't it? Mike, it was an accident, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think that somebody was afraid of what Vaughn could tell me about Suzette and shut him up.
You think that's why he was killed?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Mike, please get me out of here. I've got to talk to you, please. Please just get me out of here, please.
Hey, what's the matter? What is it you're shaking like?
If he was killed because of his connection with Suzette, then that means I might be next. Now, please just get me out of here. Take care of me, please, Mike.
Come on.
We didn't talk much on the way home. Shelley was obviously upset. She'd tell her story better and more completely if I let her pick her own time and place.
Mike, thanks for not asking me any questions. I have to tell you about this in my own way.
Take your time.
Mike, I didn't tell you the truth. Well, I didn't lie to you, but I just didn't tell you the whole truth either.
You mean you knew about Suzette?
Well, I tried not to think about it. Tried to close my eyes to everything that was going on.
What was going on?
It was Vaughn, Mike. He was in love with Suzette. He wouldn't leave her alone.
Well, it makes sense. She was a very attractive girl.
Yes, but she didn't like him. She let him stay around as though he had something on her. And, Mike, it wasn't until tonight that I realized what it was. Vaughn was behind the mugging.
Now, how do you know that?
Well, a few months ago, I was sick and I got behind in my dues. So I asked Vaughn for an extension.
And he had a counter proposal.
He wanted me to get to know all the out-of-town folks that came into the club where I work. Well, I said no. Mike, I didn't know Suzette was working with him.
Yeah, but who was behind Vaughn? And somebody who was afraid that he'd talk.
Well, who set up the improvisation tonight using the gun?
You mean Carlson?
Had to be.
Well. Well, I guess I'd better have a talk with Mr. Carlson, huh? Where does he live?
Oh, he stays at the Institute till at least 10.
10. Well, I should be able to make it.
Mike? Mike, do you have to go right now?
Mike, what are you going to do?
Oh, I got an idea running around in my head. Small improvisation of my own. I'll let you know how it turns out. You boys, wait up for me. You were with Suzette the night she was killed, weren't you? Weren't you?
Yeah. Shoot him.
Oh, no, baby. Oh, no, I was praying so hard it wouldn't be you. It's a shame, you know. It's a real shame. Nothing on you, just murder, honey. It's a little matter of murder.
No, Mike, that isn't true.
No? Well, then maybe the fellas did it.
Yes, Mike, yes, because I didn't.
You hear that, fellas? Suckers.
She did it. She switched the guns. She knew Bob was going to talk.
Mike, listen to me, Mike. I'll make a deal with you. I'll tell you about how they mugged a half a dozen guys. Mike, please listen to me.
Here, tell it to the district attorney, honey. He's got a much better ear than I have. He just loves to hear a canary sing.
Well, I must say, Mr. Habit, that you're very direct in your operation.
Well, I'm just taking a page out of your notebook, Professor. Realism, don't pull your punches, all that sort of thing.
You might make an actor at that, properly cast. No technique, of course, but it might be interesting to start with such raw material.
What do you mean, no technique? You want to see me handle one of those, what do you call them, improvisations? Huh? Excuse me. Now, the situation is this. The sailor just come home from leave, and his girlfriend's waiting for him on the dock. Now, I think it might go something like this.
Well, Mr. Hammer, you have the basic idea, of course, but according to Stanislavski, you're supposed to... Mr. Hammer, according to Stanislavski, you're supposed to... Mr. Hammer, you're being too basic.